Good evening and welcome back. Tonight, we're diving deep into the economic storm brewing right here in America. It's a story of tariffs, trade wars, and the high-stakes gamble of President Trump's America First agenda. This ain't your grandpappy's economics lesson, folks. From the moment he stepped into the Oval Office, President Trump promised to shake things up. He pledged to bring back American jobs, to stand up to China, and to put America first, no matter the cost. And he wasn't kidding. Remember back in 2018? That's when the first salvos were fired in this trade war. Trump slapped tariffs on billions of dollars worth of Chinese goods, sparking a tit-for-tat battle that roiled global markets and left folks back home scratching their heads. Steel workers cheered, but soybean farmers felt the pinch as China slapped retaliatory tariffs on American agricultural products. Fast forward to today, and those early skirmishes feel like child's play compared to what we're facing now. President Trump, emboldened by what he sees as past victories, has unleashed a new wave of tariffs, even bolder and more sweeping than before. It's a bold move, a risky play, and tonight, we're breaking it all down for you. Buckle up, folks, because things are about to get interesting. We're going to explore the impacts, the winners, the losers, and the long-term consequences of these tariffs. Stay with us as we unravel the complexities of this economic saga. President Trump, in a move that sent shockwaves through global markets, has just dropped the hammer on a whole new slew of tariffs. We're talking billions upon billions of dollars worth of goods, folks, all hit with new import taxes designed to protect American industries and bring back jobs. These ain't your run-of-the-mill tariffs either. We're talking about a full-blown assault on goods from all corners of the globe, from cars made in Japan to pharmaceuticals manufactured in Europe. It's a bold move, a decisive strike against what the president calls unfair trade practices that have been hurting American workers for far too long. The message is clear. America is open for business, but if you want to sell your products here, you're going to play by our rules. No more taking advantage of American generosity, no more shipping jobs overseas, and no more unfair trade deals. This is Trump's vision for a stronger, more prosperous America, built on the backs of American workers and fueled by American industry. Now let's get down to the nitty-gritty, folks. We're diving deep into some of the most critical sectors of our economy. What exactly is on the president's hit list? Let's break it down. Well, at the top of the list are some of the biggest, most powerful industries in the world: cars, semiconductor chips, and pharmaceuticals. These sectors are the backbone of modern technology and healthcare. These industries, often dominated by foreign companies, have been a thorn in the side of American manufacturers for decades. The competition has been fierce, and American companies have struggled to keep up. The president, true to his word, is taking them head-on, slapping a hefty 25% tariff on imported cars, a move designed to protect American auto workers and boost domestic car production. This is a bold step aimed at revitalizing the American auto industry. But it's not just about cars, folks. The scope of these measures extends far beyond the automotive sector. Semiconductor chips, the brains behind everything from our smartphones to our fighter jets, are also in the crosshairs. These tiny components are essential for the functioning of modern technology. These tiny but mighty components, often sourced from Asia, are crucial to the American economy, and the president aims to reduce our reliance on foreign suppliers. This move is intended to bolster national security and economic stability, and don't even get me started on pharmaceuticals. This industry is a major focus of the president's new policies. The president has long railed against the high cost of prescription drugs in this country, and he's using these tariffs to try to level the playing field and bring down prices for American consumers. This is a significant effort to make healthcare more affordable for everyone. Now, while cars, chips, and pharmaceuticals might be the headliners, they're far from the only industries feeling the heat. The president's tariff net is vast, encompassing everything from electronics to textiles, all designed to bolster American manufacturing and protect domestic industries. Electronics, particularly those coming out of Asia, are facing a 25% tariff, a move aimed at boosting American tech companies and reducing our reliance on foreign-made gadgets. Textiles, a once thriving industry in this country, are also getting a boost, with a 15% tariff on imported fabrics designed to breathe life back into American textile mills. And let's not forget about steel and aluminum. Remember those tariffs from a few years back? Well, they're still in effect, folks, with a hefty 25% tax on all imported steel and aluminum, a move designed to protect American jobs in industries deemed vital to national security. The motivations behind the tariffs. Now, you might be asking yourself why. Why is President Trump risking a global trade war and potentially higher prices for consumers? Well, the answer, as with most things in politics, is complicated. First and foremost, the president is a businessman. He sees these tariffs as a negotiating tactic, a way to force other countries to the table and strike better deals for America. He believes that for too long, other countries have been taking advantage of our generosity, manipulating their currencies, and engaging in unfair trade practices that have cost American jobs and stifled our economic growth. The president also sees these tariffs as a way to protect American jobs and industries. He believes that by making it more expensive to import goods from overseas, American companies will be more likely to produce those goods here at home, creating jobs and boosting the economy. This, in turn, could lead to a resurgence in American manufacturing. And finally, there's the America First philosophy. The president truly believes that by putting America's interests first, even if it means ruffling a few feathers on the global stage, he can make America stronger and more prosperous than ever before. This approach, while controversial, aims to reassert America's dominance in the global market. Now, there's no doubt these tariffs are a gamble, a high-stakes bet on the future of the American economy. And like any gamble, there are risks involved. In the short term, consumers can expect to see prices rise on everything from cars and appliances to clothing and electronics. Businesses, too, are feeling the pinch, forced to pay more for raw materials and imported goods, costs that are often passed on to consumers. The stock market, always a fickle beast, has been on a roller coaster ride since the tariffs were announced, with investors unsure of what the long-term impact will be. And economists are divided, with some predicting a short-term boost to certain industries, but warning of long-term damage to the overall economy. The impact of these tariffs isn't confined to our borders, folks. This is a global economy, and when America sneezes, the rest of the world catches a cold. Our trading partners, particularly China, haven't taken these tariffs lying down. They've responded with retaliatory tariffs of their own, targeting American goods like soybeans, bourbon, and automobiles. These trade wars have strained relationships with our allies and disrupted global supply chains, leading to uncertainty and volatility in the global market. Some experts warn that these tit-for-tat tariffs could escalate into a full-blown trade war, with devastating consequences for the global economy. Now, the big question on everyone's mind is, will it work? Will these tariffs achieve the president's goals of protecting American jobs, reducing the trade deficit, and bringing back manufacturing to our shores? Well, the jury's still out on that one, folks. Some economists argue that tariffs, while potentially beneficial in the short term, are ultimately a blunt instrument that can do more harm than good in the long run. They argue that tariffs can lead to higher prices for consumers, reduced competition, and retaliation from other countries, all of which can harm the economy. Others argue that tariffs are a necessary tool to protect American jobs and industries from unfair foreign competition. They point to the fact that the U.S. trade deficit has been growing for decades, costing American jobs and undermining our manufacturing base. So, what does the future hold? Well, one thing's for sure. The road ahead is paved with uncertainty. The long-term impact of these tariffs is still unknown, and the potential consequences are vast. Will these tariffs lead to a resurgence in American manufacturing and a stronger economy? Or will they spark a global trade war, stifle economic growth, and leave American consumers holding the bag? Only time will tell. But one thing's for certain, the stakes are high, and the outcome of this economic gamble will have far-reaching consequences for America and the world. That's it for tonight, folks. Keep it tuned here on CMS TV Africa for the latest on this developing story.